Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christy and I am a part-time reseller on eBay, Poshmark, and mercari. And today I am going to show you putting away my inventory of some things that I listed over this past week and then pulling weekend sales for this Memorial Day weekend. Plus maybe doing a little bit of just talking while I'm doing this and telling you a few things, and that's what we're going to do today. So let's get started with that. So I want to make this kind of a shorter video because it is Monday and I still have grocery shopping to do and laundry and all the things. So I'm just trying to do this video really quick for you guys before I go do all of that. So we're going to put away inventory first. I have my phone in my storage unit. What I do, at least for shoes, because shoes I never know where I'm going to put them. The shoe shelves are back over there, and I will find the shoes in my inventory, click on it, scroll down to where the custom SKU is, and then wherever I put them on the shelf is where I put them. And so we're gonna start that. I did get these this weekend at the bins because I did go to the bins on Saturday. That was kind of cool for a few reasons. One, I went and I got 101 pounds within 2.5 hours. So I only paid $1.49 a pound for everything. So the 101 pounds cost me $150. So I picked up these. These are just a pair of Packham boots. They're like a hiking type of boot, I guess. I don't know much about them. They just looked weird and I looked them up. So now I'm going to click on it, click revise. The one bad thing about storage units is that the internet in here is not great. Let's see, so I'm gonna go down to this, go down to my custom SKU, and let's go find a spot on the shelf. I did notice when I was moving storage units that I am definitely running low on shoes. So I am trying to pick those up more while I'm at the bins. So let's see, that shelf is the B shelf and it is on shelf 3. So I just put on here B/3 and it tells me where it goes. So then I'll just go through, revise it, and then we will move on to the next one. These are just a pair of Cole Haan. If you saw my one video for what I bought at the thrift store for going shopping, these were in there. And so we're just going to go put those up on the shelf. Let's see, this is A3. So we will go back through and look up Cole Haan. Revise. I know this is going to be tedious. It won't take long. I don't have it. I only have to do this for the shoes because everything else is in order, and I will show you that. So then that was on A3. And there we go. We'll revise and do that. And then that's doing its thing. I did sell a pair of shoes that are in here that I just listed, and I will tell you about those because while I was at the bins, while you're waiting in line, I met a lady named Isabel, and she's a new reseller, and so we got to talking a little bit, and she was asking me just like a bunch of questions about different platforms, different like things that I do and whatnot, and she was asking me questions like talking about how she buys things from the bins and then she gets home and she doesn't realize that there's a flaw or something's like broke, or whatever, that she has to get better with that. And I did let her know that even as a reseller who has been doing it now for 7 or 8 years, I still do that. So it will happen. You're in the bins, there's not that great of lighting, there's lots of people, you're in a rush trying to like go through everything, especially if you're a reseller and you're just putting anything you can make a profit in your cart. So it's gonna happen. And let's see. So I will tell you what mistake I made with those shoes once I get those. These are a pair of Sanuk sandals. Since they're sandals and they're flat, I put my flat shoes in these boxes so I can fit more shoes on a shelf. Also, this is a new way I'm doing a video. I don't have a microphone, so if when I'm back there in this video and you can't hear me or you have an issue with hearing me, please leave a comment and let me know, and I will try to either move where I have my laptop set up to further into here where it's more centered, or try to figure out something else. I'm putting it where it's at now because the storage units don't have lights, and the few lights that I do have are not very bright, and there's a light right above my storage unit out in the hall. So I did that to try to give you more light while I am doing the video. But if you can't hear me, then that makes no sense, so we'll have to figure something else out. So those shoes went into A2. Okay, that's done. Let's see, then we'll save that story. Now, when I list my items, like my clothing items, my inventory is all in numerical order. So very top row down here are the lower numbers, and it just goes down my shelf to the highest numbers, which are down here. And these are the items that I listed throughout the week. I didn't list a ton this week. I did list every single day, but there were lots of days where I didn't have a lot of time to list something, so I did stay consistent with listing every day, just not a lot. So this box here has my lowest numbers in it, or my highest numbers in it, sorry. And these are already in numerical order, so I just gotta pull them out, put them in behind back there, throw them on the shelf. They're in order and good to go. So that is all of my inventory put away, and that was less than 7 minutes. So now we'll get to what sold this weekend. And I bought these at the thrift store the other day. I paid $6 for these, listed them, and they sold right away, but they sold right away because I did make a mistake with what I was doing. So every single week, every single day, I have on my store at least a 20% coupon. So people can always use a coupon on anything that they buy from me, and go from there. Because it's Memorial Day weekend, I decided to throw a sale on at 40%. Now normally on eBay you can't double dip. You can't use multiple things. Like if you send somebody an offer on something, they can't then also take your 20% off coupon. So usually eBay doesn't let you double dip with sales, but when you put on a sale and drop all your prices 40%, and then you also have a coupon, they can use both, and that's what happened. So the person who bought these Hey Dudes got 40% off the normal sale, and then they used my coupon of 20% off, and so they only paid $13 for these, but I paid $6. So I am still making a profit, but not much. So a lot of these items that I did sell this weekend did sell on a 40% off. 40% off sale. For some reason, they were the only people. The Hey Dudes were the only person who used my 20% off coupon with the sale. So luckily for that. So let's go in and find all my sales. There we go. We'll start from the oldest and move from the top. This one is a Casper women's size 14 skirt line stretch. I believe it is new with tags, but this doesn't show me at the moment. But it is $1,032. Yeah, it is new with tags, so it's all just bagged up, but it is a Casper skirt, and they paid $22.77. That was before my sale went on. Now the next one is something that was very recently listed. $13.54. This was a Spanx bra. I paid $0 for it because I bought it at the bins at a time and then took everything to the buy-sell trade stores, made all my money back. So everything else I had left over was free for me. So somebody sent me an offer on this for $15 and I accepted it. Some of my items that I have up here, I have had for years and years and years. I still have things I've had for 4 or 5 years. So I do put things on auctions every now and again just to try to get a few bucks, get them out the door. And this item did sell on an auction for $1.99 plus $7 shipping. And it is number 326. So let's see, it may be in this last box up here. There it is. It is a dress that is by Shein. It's just a nice little pink floral dress, or dress with like some flowers on it. I paid like $1.50 in a pallet. Probably about 3 or 4 years ago, I bought a big pallet of like 600 or 700 items locally here, and there was a ton of Shein and Fashion Nova and other like cheaper brands that were in there, and this is the few things that are still, you know, selling. This next item is a pair of Steve's jeans. I paid $1.42 at the bins. I bought these again years and years and years ago. And when I used to go to the bins, I never went to a buy-sell trade store, so I would just buy, say, the 100 pounds. I would go through, count every item that I have that I'm going to resell, and then I would divide that by what I paid and get the price per item. So that there ended up costing me $1.42. Let's see, it was $2.12. So this does help me get some of my older items out, get a little bit of money back. So there's just these pair of men's jeans. And then my Hey Dudes. And then this, I hate when people do this, but I didn't care on this item exactly because, again, this is another thing I got from the bins that was $0. But I had it listed for $20-something, and then there was the 40% off sale, which brought it down to $11.86. And somebody sent me an offer for $5. I wasn't going to accept that. And so I countered at like $9.77 because I usually end most of my items in 77 because I was born in 1977. I don't know, it's a whole thing. So that's what I do. So I offered them $9.77. They offered me back $6. I countered back $9. They countered back $8, I think, and then I countered back $9 a second time. And for some reason, I let them counter again to $8 again. And I sat on it for a day. And I was like, you know what? I didn't pay anything for it. So I just took the $8 the next day and said whatever. So, and it was a newer item that I sold. So it's not like this was an old item. So it was $13.62. And my numbers currently are like $13.80 something. So, I mean, but it's a very pretty, like, lacy pink like cardigan shawl thing. Let's see if you guys can see it. So it's that thing there. And then the last thing I sold today was a pair of Patagonia barely baggy shorts. They did sell on the sale for $13.06. It's a little bit of an older item. When did I list that? Because I do put that in my thing though. I listed this almost a year ago, August of last year. 1,064. Yeah, just these little women's shorts. I paid, ooh, that wasn't a good sale either. I paid $5.79 for those. But is what it is. And then that was everything that I sold on eBay. I didn't sell anything on Poshmark. Poshmark for me has not been doing very well. Mercari has come back a little bit. So I did sell something on Mercari. And so you're looking at eBay where there we go. So I paid $1.89 for these at the bins. Almost a year ago, August of last year as well. Let's see, 1,119. This is a pair of Spanx women's maternity pants. And let's see, I sold them on mercari. Can't remember how much I sold them for. I sold them a few days ago. See if I can bring it up. I sold them for $22.74. So that was actually a decent sale, especially on mercari, because you get to keep a lot more of your money, considering that they only charge you 10% still. So my profit was $19.57 minus the $2, so not too bad. All right, that was all of my sales for this weekend. Let's see. Yep, that was everything. Great. All right, guys, I am going to cut this video kind of short so I can go and get all the chores done that I need to do. Again, if you could hear me back there, let me know. If you couldn't hear me back there, also let me know so I can switch things up for next time. I'm going to try to start doing some more what sold videos now that I've got a bigger storage unit and you can actually see some things and it's not all completely crowded. So also I did, like I said, got 101 pounds at the bins. I am going to try to do a few haul videos this week if I get time. I don't know if I will get time. If not, I will do the haul video next weekend, hopefully. I was going to go to the buy sell trade store also on Saturday, but when I called them to see if their buy counter was open, their buy counter was open, but they let you know on their thing that they were not doing any cash, that they were doing in-store credit only until the end of this weekend. So I will call back on Tuesday and see if they are giving cash yet. I did stop at a different buy sell trade store on my way home, and I just took in a small amount of stuff because I didn't want to take in a bunch. They only bought 6 items for $16, so not great, but I made some of the money back on there. And I explained to them what was going on at my other store, and they were like surprised because they have never heard of that being an issue where you can't get cash at the store, that you can't, get the option for cash or store credit. Like, they've never had that. And so they were just thought that was really strange. But yeah. So like, comment, and subscribe if you like this kind of video. If you want to wait and see the haul video, wait for that. And I will talk to you guys on the next video. Bye.